Hey YouTube, this is Dean making another vid. If you like my content, please consider hitting the like button. Also, please consider subscribing, as it is very much appreciated. Okay, discussion piece on simple leather pouch construction. I've fooled around with leather work, and I used to enjoy it a lot. I'm a bit over it now. I only do it occasionally because I sort of lost patience in it. So yeah, it was. I used to do it and enjoy it. Now it's more of a hindrance, and I don't find I get a lot of pleasure out of it. And just buying the leather's so expensive. Getting the gear, I've got a lot of the gear. I had to buy a lot of it again. I was doing it with my old man, and I think a lot of the gear went with Dad over to his place. I got some of it, so I bought a lot of it again. And I don't know. I just never got back into it, and I just don't enjoy it as much as I used to. So there's bits and pieces all over the joint here. But anyway, I do the occasional pouch and whatnot, but I don't do as much of it. I used to do sheaths and pouches and make up lots of all different sorts of things, and they're not hard to do, and it doesn't take much skill to get involved in it. You only need a few bits and pieces and then go at it. Main thing is go slow, try and make everything as neat as possible, learn a few stitches, and then, as I said, go slow and just take your time with it, and you'll be very amazed at how quickly a pouch will turn up and how good it looks. It's just a simple pouch, and that's the sort of thing I produce now. I don't do anything elaborate. Just a simple pouch stitched down the side, and I've got two here that I'm doing now. I buy these from Spotlight. They're single pieces. Single piece like that's costs like $16, so they are expensive to pieces of leather. You can buy half hides, but you're looking at a couple of $100 for a half hide, and I just don't want to go down that path of buying leather again and getting a half hide. You end up getting enough to do a few things, and then it just balloons out. The initial outlay is quite a lot. For the amount of work I was doing with it, I didn't really want to do a lot of outlay, and so buying it this way is even more expensive. But I only buy it occasionally, so that's when I want to make a pouch, I buy a piece, and then it's $16, and I've got a piece, and then that's it. So I did buy this piece at a reduced price. Spotlight had a 20% off sale, so I think I got it for $11 or something. Anyway, so this was the two pieces added together as a single piece that big. So I thought I'd make two pouches out of it, and they're just going to be a single pouch like that. I've just glued this one together. I'm going to glue that one together soon. And then once you glue them together, contact cement. You just contact cement them, cut the corners so that it's there, punch a hole in here, up here with the punch, put a bit of leather on it so that put a little leather on there, and then just wrap the leather around, and then go around. I usually put a bit of antler or something on it, maybe. You can punch 2 punch holes there and then have a punch here and a piece of leather going through there, so that it's just a piece comes up here and loops over, and then have a toggle there that it just loops over, and that secures it. That's another way of doing it. Or you can just have however you want to secure it. Yeah, and then for the stitching, just draw your line down, bring it in about 5 mils. So you just bring it in, I think it's about 5 mils, yeah, that was 5 mils. Just bring it in 5 mils, draw a line, then run your punch all the way along, punch your holes, and then stitch it up. And it's just a running saddle stitch all the way along there. I usually use contrasting, like white on black or brown, just because that looks nice there. And then once you get up the end, you just bring it in and hide the stitch so it all looks nice and neat. Pretty easy, pretty simple stuff. Yeah, this stuff is bread and butter for us. Give it a go. It's not hard to do. The gear's pretty simple to buy. I just use big saddle needles or whatever. Don't buy the leather needles. They're too expensive. A couple of punches for hole punches. You can get the automatic tool, but they're usually pretty expensive. I just bought a set of punches. They're not that expensive. And then get a set of these. You can get a whole set of all the different ones, a single, double, a triple and a quadruple punch for a couple of bucks. They're just hardened steel punch, and you just go around with a hammer. But I can't do it at the moment because my missus is asleep and she'll kill me if I wake her up because she works night shift. So yeah, can't do that. Yeah, and punch it up. Just have a look at how to do saddle stitch. It's really simple. Buy a bit of synthetic cord. I know they do the wax cord, and then they do the artificial sinew and all that rubbish. If you want to go that route, go that route. I just use this. I don't even know what type it is. It's just wax cord. Can't even remember what I bought it, but it looks nice. It's yellow synthetic cord. So yeah, and then yeah, I just where I was punching a hole, it got little bits of leather in there. Yeah, and stitched up, and it looks really nice. One good, nice little pouch out of it for not a lot of money. You know, $16 for that, and all the bits and pieces I've already had. So you know, it cost me $8 for two pouches. Better than buying them, I can tell you that. And I bought a whole heap of these bits and pieces. I ended up making a few pouches over the period, you know, because that one there is for, that's got a striker in it. But that's got like a striker, 2 tins, you know, char, whole lot. That's a whole kit. Throw that in your haversack. That's a full kit, ready to go. You know, so that's what you can do for quite a easy pouch to make, and it's all set up, ready to go. Put a bit of a thong on the outside, tie it up, and that goes in as quite a nice leather pouch for it, you know, as far as it goes. But I thought I'd just let you know about that. As I said, the gear is not that expensive if you look around. Most of this stuff comes from China, all these bits and pieces, the kits and that. And you can repurpose leather from like lounges and leather jackets and that. But I found once the lounges, the leather comes off them are rubbish. I did make a couple of tinder mats. They're okay for that, but anything else, it's no good. I've cut up a leather jacket, but once you wear it, the leather, repurposed leather like that, it doesn't go very good. It's not very good. So you're probably better off buying a bit of leather, like if you can find it cheap. That's my suggestion. Try and get a bit of cheap leather for it, because buying like I do, I don't mind paying a little bit just for the little bit of leather I use. But if you're going to do it for a lot, go to leather sales places, and they'll quite often have a bin of it, and then they'll sell off bits and pieces, and then you can get a bit. Or I was looking on eBay, and I was going to an upholstery place, and they were selling bits and pieces, and I was getting some reasonable bits for not too bad a price, and that was quite a good offcuts, So but you've got to be a bit careful, because sometimes it'll have an offcut, but there'll be a big scarp down the middle of it. So like, you've got to be a bit careful about what sort. At least if you're buying it like this, it's a really nice piece of leather. So or if you buy a half a hide, fair enough, it's going to cost you $200, but it's premium, 2.5 mil thick, half hide, and the whole piece will be really good piece of leather. All depends on your budget, like if you've got the money to go for it. Buy a half hide, and you make a whole heap of pouches and belts and all bits and pieces. Sky's the limit, like as far as how you want to go. So, But pouches, good fun. These are easy to start with. This is what I would suggest you start off as trying to do, because it's just a simple, just lay it out, like map it out in your head or on a piece of paper, and then just lay it out, draw a few lines, start gluing it all up, and then start gluing it up, and then putting it out, and then do your lines where you're going to put your stitching, punch your lines in, punch your holes in, then stitch it all up, and all done. Too easy. Anyway, thanks for watching.